Welcome to Boldly Branded Day 1. You guys, I'm so excited for this call because the work that we're doing today on this call, it's not the strategy today. I love strategy. We need it in business. You can't be without it. And I'm actually a very strategy driven person in business. And this work that I'm teaching you guys today is something that I've been doing for such a long time. However, I only started sharing it to the extent that I am now in the last, I would say, year and a half or so, because this isn't the work that necessarily sells. This isn't the work that, especially being an overall business and brand mentor, that's not the thing that, in my opinion, is going to scale a business. You need strategy. No, without a doubt. However, this work that we're doing here today, I firmly in my soul believe it's why you guys are here. It's why you're watching the replay. It's why you were drawn to my brand, because you're drawn to me as a human. And that cannot be taught, but it can be embodied when you're around people like that and you commit to doing this work. So the reason this is broken into three different days is because I want you to have a moment to take it in and to actually follow through with the practices that we're going to do today. So today is no strategy. There is a tiny bit to it, because even in embodiment practices and morning practices, there has to be some kind of outline. You have to decide, okay, I have 10 minutes to do that. That's what I'm going to do. That's all I have time for today. I'm going to create a practice in 10 minutes. That's strategy. That's structure. Okay. So there's a little bit of structure to what we're doing. And I invite you to do this the next few days. And there's a part where I'm going to play some music. We're going to move our bodies. And in that, I'll guide you for the first part of it, but just know, like the strategic and business brain tends to go to, this is pointless. This is stupid. What we're doing today is going to tie in the day that we get to messaging and content and diving into your brand and playing with some Canva things. This is going to tap into that. So it's all going to mesh together. I didn't want to squeeze this in one day because it just doesn't, I just didn't want to. And you get to do things how you want. It doesn't make sense to cram it all in one day. Okay, so just to set up, we will be moving our bodies in total about 15 minutes, but it's going to be broken up little pieces. Hi, Jennifer. Lovely to see you on camera. I love those glasses. Samia, that sweater. Okay. You don't need anything. Have some water nearby. I actually have a pen and pad too. Have a pen and pad. Laptop is great and beautiful, but there's something different when you put a pen to paper. Welcome, Bea. Bea, this is the next level of what we did on a call recently. And what I have set up near me is just like, I put that mirror there for myself just for this call. So when you see me back there in that corner, that's what I'm doing, but that mirror isn't normally there. Space to move around in, and we'll dive in. So I want you guys to finish this question in the chat. 80% of communication is what? Have you guys heard that saying? Where they said it's like 80 is nonverbal, body language, yes. So about that, it's slightly wrong. The percentage is wrong. That's the popular, I think it's actually 93% is what we've all like been believing forever. It's different. I actually just looked it up recently. It's actually, I wrote it down. 55% is body language. 38% is voice. Tonality. Oops, somebody's microphone's off. Is voice, and 7% are words themselves. You looked it up too, Pearl, recently, right? It's wrong, right? Did you look it up for one of your trainings, probably? So Pearl, she's in the movement and she knows what I'm talking about. She teaches this too. Like it's very beautiful. So now think about that. Body, voice, more powerful than words. Now, this is not to say messaging doesn't matter. That's what converts. Your messaging is what converts. However, think about what we do, what you create, and what you do as an online entrepreneur. Online. You're talking on your stories, talking with your hands. You're watching yourself make reels. You're watching yourself on camera. You're moving your body. We're talking in your voice. Reels, stories, pictures. So think about that when we look at 55% body language, 38% voice, 7% words. I have a very extreme example where I'm going to paint this out for you. Wild. Yeah, Maggie. It's like when you really think about it that way, how important it is. Your body tells a story. Okay, I have an example for you guys. I recently bought this dog collar, and one of my friends, he has this like paste, like when you put the paste on it and it touches your skin after you sweat a little bit, and that paste really absorbs into your skin, it goes straight to your brain and it teaches you messaging. Like your messaging just clicks all of a sudden because it's fucking dog collar. So what I had him do is I had him make me one with the word audacious on it so that when you put this on, like you put this on, your most audacious self naturally comes out because that paste goes into your cells, into your body, into your DNA. Isn't that wild? I've been using it for like 8 months now. It's only 25K. So it's 25K. If you guys want this, you can get one of the first ones. Okay, you guys catch on what I'm doing here? Can you feel my conviction in selling this fucking $10 Amazon thing I did have made? It does say audacious. I did have it made. But can you feel my conviction in that? My body language is like, this motherfucking thing, like, this is it. Fucking paste to sell your messaging. I wish, God. I wish. Give me that thing. I'll pay 25K for that. But like, if I came on and I stood here and it's like, so I found out about this thing and it teaches you messaging when you put it, but like, I don't know, what is that? Like, this is not to talk, this is no shit talking on anything or anybody, but I want you to feel the difference. Sarah, I was ready to send my credit card detail. Really, like that's that conviction that is felt on the screen. If you're wondering, I had ordered it for, this is I wear chokers and I bought this I thought it'd be cute for a brand photo shoot. It's a little aggressive. I thought it was gonna be smaller. It's quite aggressive. But a thigh, I could use it as a prop. I'm gonna use it for something creative, use it as a prop to take a picture like this is branding. This is branding, you guys. You know, it could be on a picture. I bought two. And like as a feed aesthetic, be your most audacious self, right? It could be a joke I sent, not a joke, but like one of my mentors, she had this diamond gem that she gifted everybody as being part of the mastermind. And that gem, like it means something. I think of something. Well, I don't have mine yet, but when I see it, I think about it, this could be something I give to clients. Like this is branding. You guys are probably going to see a choker and maybe think of me when you see this, right? So back to the topic, body language. And this is only created internally. So what we're doing today is we're going to tap into you and your reflection and your body language and finding the way that your body likes to speak to you. And what your body looks like when you're bold. So the homework at the end of this is to take what we discover today through a lens of so much love. You guys, please do not go look at your content after this and be embarrassed or want to cringe. Like that woman, that girl, that baby coach, that I don't care if it was last week or last year version of you is courageous. She showed up. She kept showing up. Even my first live, I was like this. I was like, hi guys, I'm gonna wait and see who gets on. That was my first live. And I'm like, ah, I cringe looking at it, but I'm like, oh, I love her. I just love her. She was like sweating in her palms and so beautiful. So through a lens of love, after we discover the thing that we do today, I invite you to look at your content and see the disconnect, because in branding, when you hear me speak to looks matter, the feed, your feed, it's not looks matter by way of if it's ugly, it doesn't work, or something's ugly, nothing's ugly. But your feed is an expression of you. It tells a story. Like when you go to my feed, you feel like there's a depth. I'm gonna say dark, but I'm not dark. But there's this like moody vibe. That's that side of me. It tells a story. And that's because I'm comfortable in my moody, darky side. So when you discover what we look at today, the body language, you'll see. I want you to look at your feed afterward, look at your reels. Think about when you're on camera talking to your clients. Now, because we're all coaches and mentors and leaders here with all the clients, this isn't in the scope of this, but here we are. This also helps you understand your clients more when you understand their body language. So your client's saying one thing, but her body is telling you something different. You asked her a question and she's reflected on something and her body is like doing this as she's talking to you. What is that saying? Maybe there's some shame, maybe there's something else. And you get to ask, what did that feel like, dude? What came up? You get to ask the question to help her navigate and work through the thing. So this is deeper than even that. Okay, are you guys ready? All right, so before I get into this, this is we're gonna move our bodies. This is not a choreography. You can't do wrong. There is no wrong. I ask that you leave your cameras on. And somebody might be watching you, but I encourage you to keep your attention on yourself. This is that bit of, hi Cheyenne. This is that bit of, you know, when we're in our life, in our business, are you okay with somebody watching you? People are going to see you. You want to be seen. There's something landed for me very recently as I'm loving creating content outside. And I just caught wind that two people in here, or one person in here, Jennifer, I mean, I don't mean to call you forward, is going to be making some beautiful content outside coming up very soon. And I'm excited to see that, but it's a different type of human and woman that is okay being watched. It's one thing to be seen, take up space, be seen. It's another thing, watch me, I don't care. Watch me, I don't care. I love me so much. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you think I'm weird, because I love my weird. That. So also actually, I'm gonna say this for the end. 1 second. Yeah, move that towards the end. All right. Now, this isn't about the music. So if you guys let me know if you can hear it perfectly, but it's gonna look like about 8 minutes. I'm gonna break it up though. 8 minutes of moving our bodies, and have your pen and paper handy nearby for after. And we will get right in. I love being watched. Oh, Pearl. Oh, Pearl. You guys, I have this, so I have this thought. Oh, Pearl knows something funky is coming out of my mouth right now. I have this thought. It's a compliment to you guys. I don't think anybody would be offended on here. It's a compliment, but I swear, I swear, girls that are fun in content are fun in bed. Girls that like everybody in here, I think you have a very kinky side. I think, and it's like, accept it. It's welcomed. It's loved. But I fully believe that. It's like, I think about my clients sometimes. I'm like, my clients are for sure good in bed. Like, I just know they are, you know? And I think that about anybody that's in my world. It's like, you have this kinky side to you that doesn't have to be expressed, talked about publicly. Like I'm open to talking about that, but I do think it does need to be expressed. Now, I'm going to go a tiny bit about my story and why I teach content and why it's this way. I teach it this way. So a big part of my healing, like being the woman that you know on the screen today, is because I hated myself. I hate saying the word, but I did the stupid thing that people do sometimes when they don't want to wake up. Twice. Thank God it didn't work. Thank God it didn't work. Thank God it didn't work. And that's where, when you see me say online, when I literally say, thank you, God, for waking me up and giving me another chance at life, I might cry. The day that I did that, I woke up the next morning and I literally said, oh my God, like I woke up scared. And I wrote a stupid fucking letter. I wish I would have kept it now, but I wrote a stupid letter and I was scared about that letter. And I literally said, God, thank you for waking me up. Thank you, it didn't work. Thank you for giving me another chance at life. And like it was the second moment in life where I'm like, never again, never again. So at that moment, anything that made me feel ick, I don't care if it's a partner that wasn't treating me right. That's a big ick, a big thing. I don't care if it's a friend that said something that made me feel offended. I don't care if I don't like this person following me. Fuck that. I block you. Anything that made me feel a tiny bit of unhappiness, I committed my life to either learning to truly hold duality in the deepest way, or consciously, not because, oh, I don't want to deal with it. Consciously, you don't belong in my life. To the extent of, the biggest thing is I have two little goddaughters that I personally don't want babies myself, but I love babies. I have goddaughters I just love so much. And with them, their parents weren't necessarily in like understanding of coaching and what I was doing. And there was a moment when I started my business, it felt like I felt awful going over there. I felt like this small. I felt like my business wasn't good enough. I felt like I couldn't talk about what I was doing. I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to make content for a little while. And I made that choice of, okay, I'm not going to be around them. But then I missed the babies. And, I thank God I had mentorship and therapy and all the things that I did. And I did what I had to do internally to be able to naturally feel happy going over there and not let it mean anything. What did that mean? Become sold on my offers, on my content, my business, what I'm doing, my mission, my soul's mission, and be able to consciously separate the two, compartmentalize that and go over there and be in my happy zest to see those fucking babies because I love them more than anything in the world. That. So when you see me like lust for life, obsessed with yourself and all this, it comes from that. So there's one piece. The second piece, really quick, like that life-changing, and both of these things, stories I'm telling you, were moments when I went into hiding. Like that thing came from, and I think a lot of you know my story on here. I found one of my best friends passed away in my house. And that's what took me to a world of self-hate because I took a responsibility for his life. They thought it was my fault and blah, 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 but it wasn't, obviously. And then so there's one bit. The second bit to do with what I do now, I woke up one morning with Bell's palsy. And what Bell's palsy is a paralyzation of face. Now, at the time when that happened, I landed the most dreamiest internship with Anheuser-Busch, which is more known as Budweiser, in the marketing department. Like I was learning marketing and with $1 billion company, there were like 200 people that interviewed for this internship and I got it. One spot. And then when I woke up with this on my face, it was really bad. I was like, oh my God, it's over. It's fucking over. So in that, I lost myself. I fucking lost myself. In that, I turned to connect. It's all ties together for what I do now. I turned to using my body to connect with men. Because what do you do when you love somebody? I love you, baby. You look in eye contact. I couldn't make eye contact. So I was like, quick to get in bed, quick to fuck, quick to this, quick to that. Like, don't look at my face. Let's make out. It was a very awful like relationship I built with my body through that. And then with men, oh God, thank God again, mentorship and therapy. Thank you, God. Right. So that, and then you also get people pleasing with friends. I hated taking a picture. I was the girl that when people are like, come on, Irene, get in. And I've always like had a lot of friends and it would get mad. Be like, just fuck it. I don't want to take a picture because nobody understood. And then the few times I did, and I had to stand on this side, but somebody that was louder than me, more confident than me, was like, oh, I need that side, Irene, change your sides. And my insides are like, oh, I can't, gotta go pee now. So we worked through all that. And it's because, and in the beginning of that, the reason I'm able to show up that I am like confidently, no matter what's happening in life, in business, as entrepreneurs, like business is going to do this. Now this is a different talk, but like when you feel like shitty and down, you gotta have systems in place that so your business still runs, but we're not forward facing all the time. Okay, this is the work. And that is the story of why this work is so important. It builds that internal conviction. Quite the story, yeah. I feel that. Pearl, thanks for sharing. Yes, yes, grief really is. So in this, actually I'll leave that there. Okay, let's get moving our bodies. Let's like shake it off for a second. So there's gonna be a few movements that we're gonna do together and a few times where we'll stop and I'll talk. Remember, there's no wrong, and this is very strategically designed to pull the audacious you out. I got one more coming in. Okay. So, hello, Christina. I see some of us are wearing black. That's exciting. Everybody looks so beautiful. Okay. If you need to have some water, have some water. Oh. Bea, you're gonna remember some of these songs. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. Can you guys actually first let me know if you can hear the music? And then kind of hear my voice over it as well when it starts. Can you hear me okay over it? Well enough? Okay. Okay, so go ahead and stand up. I'll be moving with you guys at certain parts of the song, but I want you guys to stand up. Now, for now, just start by walking around your house. Walking around the space. One second, let me change the music one more time. Sorry, guys. Okay, that should be a little bit better. Thank you, Pearl. Now, all you're doing is, okay, familiarizing yourself with the space. Just walk around. Walk into another side of your room, another side of the house. And do it wrong and just pay attention to your feet touching the ground. As you're walking around your house, walk in different directions. Maybe go diagonal all on one side of the room. Walk to the corner, very corner of your house, maybe to the corner that you've never walked in before. Take up as much space as you can in the house. Maybe walk behind a couch. If you have a couch, maybe you want to jump on your couch. If there's a chair nearby, stand on a chair. Yes, Bea, jump on the chair. Put your hands up. Walk into a different direction. Yes, I see Joella up. Yes, yes. Maybe you slam yourself against the wall and slide down the wall. Now keep doing what you're doing, but I want you to think about changing the tempo. So maybe if you're walking, walk really fast. Really fast. If you're walking slow, walk 10 times slower. Change the tempo, now go super slow. Oh, make it look unpretty. Show me your unpretty, what you think might be unpretty. Now move really fast. Maybe you want to go up, around, move quick, as fast as you can. Take your arms. But keep moving. Notice if you started staying in one spot, walk around the house. Fast, 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 faster. Take up all the space. Now to go slow, super slow. Now the next thing I want you to do, invite you, is think about the direction. Go really high up on your tiptoes. Really high, take up more space vertically. Walk on your tiptoes. But walk around the house, take up more space. Now go really small. If your body maybe wants to drop on the floor, drop on the floor. You want to maybe crawl. Keep moving. If you want to get on the floor, do a hair toss. If you've never done a hair toss.
For a while there it was rough, but lately I've been doing better. Been the last 4 miracle.
Have a sexy move that feels sexy.
And I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the
About 1 more
night, and
minute
I
left.
think I might have it all.
Notice if you've been going the same
And I
path
thank
to a
God
different
every
pattern.
day for the girl He sent my way.
Is there
But
something
I
you
know
haven't
the
done
things
yet?
He gives,
You see a
He
chair?
can't take away.
I see some stairs in somebody. Do you want to crawl up the
And I
stairs?
hold you every night.
Say,
That's
like,
a feeling I wanna get used to. But there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose.
change the intensity now. Ah, give it hard, in it, with passion, more passion.
Oh, I hope I
Ah,
don't
ah,
lose
ah. Maybe you want to make a sound. Ah. Let her be
Please
seen. Come out.
stay.
Ah.
I want you, I need you, oh
Maybe make a
God.
yum. Fucking
These
sexy,
beautiful
right?
things that I've got.
Yeah.
Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't
Face your head.
take these beautiful things that I've got.
10 more seconds. Get it all out. Big passion. For passion. Passion.
Don't take. I found my mind, I'm feeling sane. It's been a while.
As we start to slow down, slow our bodies,
It's good and it's great. Why do I sit and wait till it's gone?
stand where you are. You can come towards the camera if you like. Stand tall and close your eyes for a moment. Have your feet be hip width apart. Stand nice and tall. Pull your shoulders back. Feel where you're at in your body. Is your heart beating fast? Are you a little bit sweaty? Now notice if anything came up as you're moving around, knowing you're on camera. Feel yourself in this room. Right now, your feet touching the ground, your hands on a specific part of your body. Now from this space, I want you to start to imagine the version of you who has the exact business of her dreams. The most audacious, bold version of you showing up on her Instagram stories. What does she look like? How does she hold herself? How does she get on camera? What does she look like in her body? How does she show up in spaces, on calls in her mastermind, on calls with her mentor? How would she be standing here right now in this moment? What does her business look like? How much money is she making? Is she traveling? Now, that version of you with that business, is she hosting events, talking on stages? What kind of stages? Is she hosting an event at the rooftop of a beautiful hotel overlooking the ocean with all her clients there? Yum. Now allow that woman to be embedded in your body today, right now. That you are her. Imagine her looking at you right now, hovering over from the future, looking at you standing right there in your house, in your white sweater, in your red top, in your pink top, in your black outfit, looking at you down in your black, in your outfit. Now, imagine her heart joining with your heart right now, coming into you. You are her now. How would she be standing here right now? You are no longer downloading her. You're not becoming her because you are her. You get to decide right now that you are that version of you, the bold, the audacious. What are your words that you want your brand to feel like, to look like, to be like? All that money, it's in your bank account already. All those clients, you have them already. Yes, bitch, yes. Yes. You have all the clients. Yum. Now, thinking about her for the next 45 seconds as her right now, I'm going to play another song. Take everything that we just did and move like her for 45 seconds. She's the one. So the last time you did this practice, you were the version of you that got on Boldly Branded call with me. She is no longer, she's part of your past. The second time you're doing this practice, walking around in your house, you are this next level, bold, audacious, bad bitch energy, her right now. In a moment, we're gonna snap our fingers together 10 times, 5 double snaps. And this is her, you embodying her. At the count of 3, we'll snap. And 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You are her as we dance, as you walk around your house as her. Let's go. About 45 seconds, walk around your house. How would she move? Yeah.
Fucking flawless. Let's not be modest. Cause if you fuck with me, I might just change your
How would
life.
she walk around the house as her? What's her body like? Yum.
Me, I might just change your life. If you fuck with me, I might just change your life.
Feel her strength, her power.
If you fuck with me, I might just change your life.
Background.
Won't you pray
Yes.
on your knees for me?
Are her now. Yes. Is she terrified?
Must be out of heaven, piece by piece. Cause my body is a temple, and it needs some extra detail. Right here, right now.
Notice her.
Baby's monumental.
Notice if you went back to the old pattern. Intensify it.
Cause I'm a goddess, I'm fucking flawless. Let's not be modest. Cause if you fuck with me, I might just change your life. Cause I'm a goddess, make you a promise that if you fuck with me, I might just change your life.
Walk around your house as her right now. Yes.
Just change your life. You could go to paradise.
10 more seconds.
Wonders, feel the highs, touch the stars and search the skies. But still they won't compare to me. 'Cause I'm a goddess, I'm fucking flawless. Let's not be modest. 'Cause if you fuck with me, I might just change your life. 'Cause I'm a goddess, make you a promise that if you fuck with me, I might
Back
just change
towards
your
the camera.
life.
Make your way back towards camera. Now put it in the chat. What are some of the biggest differences from the first time versus the second time? Of course, we have a lot of the same music that we love together. Unquestioning. Ooh, that's a powerful word. unquestioning, that means you were no longer thinking, you were just being. Unquestioning, that's also trusting your intuition. Unquestioning. I didn't feel self-conscious. Confident, powerful, bold. Ooh, more of wanting to be on camera. Oh, my brain just turned off. Solid, confident. The first time around, I was all in. Safe. Oh, safe. Now let's look at that in this setting. Safe being seen, safe being watched, safe trusting your intuition, safe moving weird, different, being solid in my body. It's like she just knew. Who said that? Sarah. It's like she just knew. Certain, not afraid. These are so good. Oh, wanting to be seen more on camera, no doubting. I was in a whole ass tantric journey, like, just go, girl. You guys, this is what it gets to feel like. Joella, I didn't expect to feel, oops, I got it, to feel safe dancing on my pole during a training call with you versus other 50 women on the call. Oh, look at this magic. Yes. Powerful. Dancing on my pole during a training call with 50 other women. Really, you guys, this is that magic. Yes, yes. Yeah, that makes me want to buy a pole. Now that you felt this is her. That is available in you. I could cry. Sit with what you felt. Those words that you put in the chat and what you felt, the difference from the first time versus the second time. And let me tell you, that energy comes off online, and now you get to see what's available to you. That's not. Let that be the thing that brings you to this. Yes, replay. This, keep that with you, that brings you to this. This is the energy you want to create content from. This is the energy you want to tap into every single day. Okay, the next part of this practice. Let's just take a moment really quick. So my heart is on fire right now with these words. Like, yes, God, thank you, God, thank you. Yeah, okay. The next part of this. I'm going to give you about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm going to go silent. With this, with your pen and paper, write down the business, the feed, the expression, the content, what you want your feed to look like and feel like for 2025. You can write down, are there milestones you want to reach? Specific milestones. What vision are you casting for yourself? How much money is she making? How much clients? What offers? What does it look like? What does it feel like to be on calls? How does she feel when she sells to clients? How does she feel when somebody says, no, it's not a good fit? How does she feel when all the Stripe accounts come through? How does she feel when she hits that milestone? What is the milestone? So I'm going to time it for about 3 minutes. Write your vision for 2025 down. I'll put a song on.
My goddess, make you a promise that if you fuck with me, I might just change your life. If you fuck with me, I might just change your life. If you fuck with me, I might just change your life. Want you praying on your knees,
Couple more seconds. Start to wrap it up. Okay, now the next step. With the things that you wrote down, look at that sheet and circle or underline any words that present a movement or bring out an emotion. If you wrote down, let's say powerful, if you wrote down or an emotion, circle those words. Circle, underline, highlight, whatever your expression wants to do. Okay. Now that you have those words circled, take a look at those words. These are words that came from your heart, your soul, your expression. So one more 45-second time, we'll be moving our body. I also felt so connected to my body. I love that, Christina. Now what we're going to do, we're going to repattern what we just did, repattern these words into your body. So let's say you have the word powerful or bold, right? In this 45 seconds, we're going to walk around the house again with your patterning based off of all those words that you have on there or energies. And thinking about those words in your body. I'll tell you, this is going to be so beautiful, especially us as personal brand. Obviously, I love this work. So look at those words. You can take your paper with you if you want, or just keep a note of them. One more time, I'm going to play a song. I'm going to get up with you guys now. This time, with those words in mind, I want you to really feel them again in your body, because your body's going to give you a language. She's going to talk for you. So everything that we felt before, this is amplified. Now, on the moves that you do, be even more intentional. Trust your intuition even more. If it doesn't make sense, fuck it, do it. If she wants to fall on the ground, fall on the ground. If she wants to jump on the couch, jump on the couch. Because I'll tell you what, we'll save that actually. Let's get into it. We love that song for us, so we're gonna keep that same song. The group tends to love it. Just 45 seconds is time with those words.
You don't gotta be gentle with me. Pay me like your French girls, piece by piece. Cause my body is a temple, and it needs some extra detail right here, right now. And my name is monumental. Say it for me, for me, for me. Cause I'm a goddess, I'm fucking flawless. Let's not be modest. Cause if you fuck with me, I might just change your life. Cause I'm a goddess, make you a promise that if you fuck with me, I might just change your life. If you fuck with me, I might just change your life. If you fuck with me, I might just change your life. Want you praying on your knees for me. Must be out of heaven, piece by piece.
With the movements intensified. Trust the intuition on what your body wants to do.
Cause I'm a goddess, I'm fucking flawless. Let's not be modest. Cause if you fuck with me, I might just change your life. Cause I'm a goddess, make you a problem. fuck with me, I might just change your life. If you fuck with me, I might just change your life.
Make your way back. Yes, 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 yes. So now we did your words, your moves very intentionally around your house. Now in your space where you go every day, she's been there. You are her now. So actually, I'm gonna drink some water too. So Jennifer just grabbed some water. I'm like, I'm thirsty too. Group chug. Mm. Okay. Now you've walked around your house as her. You've reset the space. You've reset the container, let's call it. You've reset your house that she's here. The way you move. Yes, sir. I love that. Now take this with you. Take the snap with you. This is snap at any moment. This is an actual body practice for me at any moment. You know what that feeling felt like. When we were doing this last one, and I really highlighted lead with your intuition. If your body wants to drop to the ground, drop to the ground. She wants to, for a split second, I want to jump on that couch, and you jumped on that couch. Intuition knows. When you can trust your intuition to fall on the ground and that, guarantee you'll trust your intuition when somebody is asking to work and like, oh, something's not right. That question didn't really feel right from this person. Like, what's, it's not aligned. You'll know you're building that connection to yourself to feel that. Trusting yourself to move, trusting yourself not to feel silly on camera. If that came up, trusting yourself to just be you on camera, that will translate into online. Now, the beautiful thing, the underlying thing here too is what we just did right now. Those are your photo shoot pictures. Yours. Your body likes to do. What's going to look natural and feel in your element when you're doing a photo shoot. I would encourage you guys to video yourself doing this. I do it when you guys see me in my red light practice. I'm doing it in front of a mirror. Like though, I very often have recorded myself, and I gift this as homework sometimes to clients. Video record yourself, but you can look at yourself, but you got to act like you're not on camera. Then go back, look at your video, and if you like swipe in slow motion, you'll find your poses. Maybe because we're walking around, you want to start like that mirror that I showed you guys in the corner that I put there. I put it there for this call. I actually have it somewhere. It doesn't belong where it looks weird where I have it, but I like it there because I walk by it every day. I like looking at myself. And sometimes in the morning, I'll have like you guys probably see it on my stories, maybe, where I'll just like stand there. I'm like just 30 seconds. It's not like a long thing, but it's just like a walk. That's your strut. Like maybe that's something you want to start doing to embody this version of you for 30 seconds every day. This is to get you in that energy, in the vibe of her, a reminder. Remember, like habits take a minute to build, just like in your business habits. Right now, I think about when you get up and get out of bed, you go to brush your teeth the same way. You probably get out of bed the same way, use the same toothbrush the same way, you do the same thing. That's the same thing in your business. The way you're creating content, habit. The way you're showing up on camera, habit. The way you're selling, probably habit as well. Just like this, mindsets are the habits too. This identity piece, it's going to take a minute to rewrite, but when you commit to doing this, this is like you got to decide to be her, and then you decide over and over and over and over again, because there's all the words that we wrote in here. It's human nature to revert back to we were and move and think the way we were an hour ago. But I want to bring you back to that energy that you felt after that second time we did that, and to notice the shift in the two identities. You are her now. So the homework for you to self is with the words that you wrote on the page. This choreo, I'm calling it a choreo, but I can't think of another word here. I actually used to call it next level embodiment dance. Went back, oh my goodness, a couple years ago, this work, I committed to it and I shit you not. This is essentially manifesting in your body. This is affirmations like rooted into your body and the DNA level, right? When I started doing this, I'm committing every morning. Then I started having 10K months. Then that became the normal. Then I did it again, committed, 20K months came. Like this work, because you're tapping into her every morning. You know, people ask me so often, how like my energy, I love your energy. Like, how am I that way every day? It's because of this. I do this every day. You guys see my red light. If I don't post it all the time, it's a part of my life. I feel weird when I don't have it. Not like in an attachment way, but like, I'm like, where's my red light? Where's the sexy practice? You know, and when you see me, like I post, if you keep an eye on my content, like when I post selfies, it's because of the story that I told you. To me, to me, a selfie is a love language to myself. Don't need a fucking reason to post it. I'm just gonna post it. Now that makes sense for my brand, right? But also it makes sense for your brand too. So now in these, bringing this all back into to your brand, the things that you wrote here, the words, the energies, when it comes to sharing personality or more of you online, we need to be abundantly clear that you don't have to share all sides of you. I'm going to give you two very different images of two very different types of brands, and I'll tell you which one mine is. Neither are wrong. This is a woman thing. And then a woman who's an entrepreneur who has a brand. Because you can have, let me see. An extreme example is like, when I had a boyfriend last year when I was dating somebody, I didn't care to bring my personal life onto that side of my life onto my brand. And you won't really see a lot of my in real, like walking life friends. I just don't care to. I actually don't have my phone out anyway when I'm with him. So I don't have pictures, but that's beautiful. And you guys probably think you know a lot about me, but I'm actually a very private person. You know what I want you to know. And it's the same thing with personalities as well. I think the biggest one that was, and it still pops up, be fully honest with you guys, pops up every now and then in my brand when it comes to personalities is playful. I'm a very playful person, very. And way at the start of my business, that was my thing. Like if I'm too playful, people aren't going to take me serious. So basically what you're saying is there's no other playful leaders, playful people that are alive that want to make money too. Is that what you're saying to yourself, Irene? Come the fuck on. So you get to rewrite that story. But now fast forward a couple of years into business, that playful side of me, I don't lead with her anymore. She comes out and it's actually like what's real lifetime shifting in my brand, you guys. Lifetime is that playful, my brain is telling me less, but my heart is like, no, she's still here. She still wants to come out. She still wants to come out. So it's a beautiful, like, it's a battle actually. I was just talking to my mentor about it 2 days ago. I'll tell you the truth. 2 days ago, I did a very playful reel. I'm like, but I teach content. It was very, it could look low quality, I guess we'll say. But when I made the reel, I'm talking about 3 days ago, you guys. I posted the reel and I knew it, like I was happy and I was very happy, very happy. This is about knowing yourself too and creating your brand around that. Very happy. And I was like, oh, I wanted to post that energy. So I refilmed it. I'm like, oh, let me just do this proper. Refilmed it. And then when I went to post it, I'm like, it lost its oomph. It was a remake, but I teach content. What are my clients going to think of this? One of my mentors just hired me to teach content for her in one of her programs. My mentor just hired me to teach content in her thing. She's going to see this. There's that battle happening. And I know this feeling in the stomach too well. But I also know that all my life, Irene, you're too much has been a thing, specifically around my morning energy. Literally 3 of my boyfriends, baby, you're too much. Baby, you're too much. Fuck you. You're just not the one for me. You know, that you're too much energy. And it was in the mornings, but also does it like I've learned so much in life as a fine line of boundaries. Not proud of this. I was dating losers who were hungover in the morning. I wasn't hungover. So I would wake up like, oh, baby, I was kissing him and hugging on him. I was like, stop, you're too much. And, you know, I didn't understand what was going on at the time. I was young. I didn't know. You know, I've had down to a family member that I can't say who it is because I still like, there's a protection piece, you know? And it's like, ah, you're too much, I'm too emotional. The fuck, bro? You know? So I know I can tie that together with that morning piece of me. Like, oh, that's baby Irene coming up. That's like knowing your expression yourself so well. And then being a business, consciously deciding, are you going to share that side of you? Neither are wrong, but it's a conscious thing. From the story I just told you, it's obvious I wanted to share that. I didn't want to not post I'm sorry, I didn't want to post the one I refilmed. I didn't want to think my mentor's gonna think less of me because she hired me now and da. I didn't want to think that. I didn't want my clients to think, oh, she's posting a bad quality reels, I'm supposed to do. They have their own brains, right? So that was edgy to both for me. And also like now, because I do teach this and teach content, you got to look at it like, okay, that was that. However, how much of my other brand is messaging is always on point. It's curated, it's beautiful, it's very intentional. So like offset that, right? So now let's go into the two different type of brands. You need to decide which one you are, because if you don't, this is where that disconnect comes in. So there is person A, person over here, personal brand, who they have a very strong one type of personality. And you can, if you really think about it, you can see it in certain brands. Like they're either very flowy and airy and airy fairy feminine business. Let's talk business for a minute. Feminine business and this and that, and they're like 7-figure mentors, and they're very like, let's say, on the surface, the feed looks like thrown together ish per se, you know, and then it's like, right? And that's kind of all mostly what we see. Then you have other brands that's like very prim and proper, put together, luxurious all the time. And that's forward facing what we see. Beautiful, great. Maybe they don't share personal life, maybe they do, very selective, great. But they're leading with one type of energy. Probably because they naturally, and the people are successful, it's just a natural thing. Then you have someone else, which is me, who I have both. I have that soft, femme, and flowy, but I also have a very, what you know me for, most likely, that bold, edgy, that. I have both. It hurts me. It's too hard for me not to share both. It's hard for me not to. I have to try too hard not to. Right? Now, this person over here, chances are, so here's one thing. So now these two people here, right? Let's say there's one that's very airy, fairy, floaty, one that's very luxurious and like very bomb put together. It's very often, let's say these are very high level mentors, it's very often you will see a lot of people work with both. Why is that? Because they're activating different types of parts in that woman. I want you to think about it. The mentors that you hire, are they very strong, one personality, strong the other? Thank you, Pam. They're activating different parts of you. Now, obviously there's a skill set, but I'm talking about energies. This call is an energetic call. We're going to get into strategy later. But that is your expression. Okay. So then you have someone like me, which might be you guys because you're here. I do share both. I have a very curated brand. I'm very proud of a curation. Like people tend to talk shit about curation. You earn the skills for it's easy to me. You learn the skills to like put it together, or you pay somebody, right? Very curated, but also there's a very messy side too. I love sharing behind the scenes. I share my bloopers. I share like that side of me as well. The airy fairy, let's say. But even my airy fairy is still put together because I'm just how I am. So you get to decide which you are. Neither are wrong. Now, what that can look like when it becomes a problem is, and it sounds so surface level, but the feed is not surface level because your feed is your expression. And it's also in your style, what you're wearing. It can look like wanting to make a reel that is a funny side, but it's like, oh no, I can't do that. Yes, you can. Now, if you decide over here, I'm not going to share any sexy does not fit my brand. Good, beautiful. I'm not going to make that, but your sexy could come out somewhere else when you play music in one of your reels. Maybe it's like a different kind of reel. You're just like doing something different, but there's a sexy song. So your sexy side still gets to be seen somewhere in your brand. Doesn't have to be like mine. What I show this, like my body shows the sexy. I just like, one of my exes used to tell me that I just ooze sex. Like, what do I do? You know, I was like walking to I'll never forget the story. I was walking to the kitchen to get an apple, and I got an apple. And then he was like, I got the apple like this in the fridge. And I bent over like this to get the apple. My legs were straight. And he started busting up laughing. I'm like, what? He's like, you just fucking ooze sex when you walk around in the house. Like, can't you bend down like a normal person and get the fucking apple? I was like, doesn't everybody bend down that way? You know, it's just like, it's just who I am. It's just who I am. So it's like not making any part of you wrong. You don't have to show the sexy like I do, but she does have to be seen in some point because that's when the friction comes. And that's the magnetism that we feel on screen or we feel blocked. We won't feel it, but it's blocked. When you decide which parts of you are consciously allowing on camera for a business, because it's one thing to be bold online and anybody can be, no. It's one thing to be bold and yourself online. It's very different to be bold, be yourself online and have a scalable multi-6, 7-figure brand company exploding. There's intention here. I'm not even getting into messaging yet. That's on another call, but like it's intention. So you get to decide. It's about the friction. It's about not rejecting any part of you. You don't have to share it online, but let her be seen. Because it creates that fluid and flowy, like, it's almost like, you know, let's say you're with a partner and there's an argument or something happening and there's something you want to say, but you have this frog in your throat. It's like, there's friction. Say it. What do? Talk to your friends about it. You get it out. I feel better. I got it out. Not to the right person, but you feel better because you got it out. It got heard. It got seen. It maybe got validated. The same, I want you to think about that with your expression too. Because you can get creative about sharing different sides of you, the playful, the sexy, the flirty within your brand. Colors, music, style, clothing, that's a whole different thing. And I always speak to expression by way of like, think about Halloween costumes that you wore the last couple of years. Do you always tend to want to be something sexy for Halloween? Ah, there's a sexy side of you that wants to come out. You need a reason, Halloween. She needs a reason, Halloween, to bring the sexy side out. That tells me that there's a sexy side of you that wants to be released. Girl, get into kink. Go learn kink. Release that shit. You don't have to share online, but go play with that. It's about letting these different sides of you be seen and be heard and be felt. Because that creates the magnetism that you guys feel from me online. Like there isn't one thing that I haven't tried, done that I've wanted to. You're gonna see some of my content coming out that I did in this last photo shoot. Actually, this is a good example of this before we wrap up. Last photo shoot that I did, it was a eating very messy reel video I wanted to do. And this story came up, but the very first time that I felt seen and like felt and heard was at a Burning Man festival. Long story short, Burning Man festival, I was high as a kite at the time. I don't do that anymore. High as a kite, and like it was cold. I was drinking soup, and this soup spilled on me. My eyes were closed, and my soup, but I felt so good. I'm like, and like, you know, I'm like, I wasn't like drunk, so I remember I was on shrooms. And the things were like, I was like, oh, the music was going, it was like warm on my skin. I'm like, this feels good. I just like was like pouring the noodles, like it's so not messy. And I opened my eyes and there was like 8 to 10 people, I don't know, like huddled around me, watching me. But watching by way of, I remember this guy and girl, they were hugging each other, like doing this, watching me. And it was like my expression, my joy in that moment was like doing something for them, activating them in like a beautiful way. Me just being myself, having fun, pouring, eating. Then it activated me. I'm like, oh, this is light. So I got the suit. I was being all weird with it. All my weird came out. And that felt like a love language to myself. It was the first time I was like, oh, I like this. This is me. My weird is accepted. My weird is okay. So I did a funny reel, weird reel like that with some food because my weird gets to be seen even now. How are we all feeling as we wrap up? 11:11. Oh. Does anybody want to say something as we wrap up? A takeaway maybe? Any questions? All right, you guys. I see somebody typing. Samia, are you typing something? I got what I was looking for in this session. I got what I was looking for in this session. Beautiful. What was that, Samia? This was just what I needed. What was it? The takeaway I want to give you guys, like bit in the business side, is like, remember that bit about photo shoot. Like, this is what helps you get into that. Permission to be me, yes. And I could talk about this all day. Last thing about this, when I had my big photo shoot recently, there was a moment where I was out of it. I was like posing, which you do pose for photo shoots, but I was just out of it, out of my element. I felt weird. And my brand director, she knows me so well that she's like, hold on. She came and talked to me and we had a little powwow. What I needed was to step aside for a moment and have an embodiment practice. I played music and I just connected to my heart for about 2 minutes. And what happened next? Boom, bad bitch came out. Activation of my boldest and connection to self, feeling my power to a whole new level. This was perfect because I wanted to do a photo shoot. Yes, drum roll, please. Amen. So the last bit, remember the homework. Through this lens, look at your content. We can't go where we're going without seeing where we're at and creating the journey. So the homework and how you will have the best results in creating after this boldly branded course call is to look at what you felt today on the call, the words that you wrote down, how you feel right now, and go look at your content through a loving lens. What doesn't make sense? Where are you hiding your truth? Where are you accidentally selling like this? Where are you accidentally talking like this? I don't think you guys talk like anybody talks like that, but it's sneaky. And this isn't sit straight, stand tall. It's the morning work that we did. I'm telling you, it's that dance. It's those 30 seconds every morning where you look in the mirror like, whoa, you snap into her. That's your snap. Maybe the snap is you, like, remember this moment here on this call when she stepped into your body. Those are the snaps. Let's snap it out together as we go. Yes, you guys. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, if there are any questions, let's have questions. If not, then I'm gonna wrap us up. Tomorrow, we will be going over some strategy, brand voice, which will be content, some messaging work, and bringing your isms, your models, and creating the things that are known about you into your brand that stand out. Bringing my belly dancing piece into brand. Yes, Sarah, bring that shit in. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. 1 second, Samia, could we download and keep these recordings forever? I want to watch again and again. Oh, I love that. This is going to go to a paid program in 30 days. So watch it over and over. It might let you download. If it lets you download it, go ahead. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye, Sarah. Bye, everybody.